Hello, this is our recap for Tuesday, September 15th, 2020. This morning we started again with our morning meeting. We are learning in French how to say hello. So bonjour, thank you for coming to our video. We are reading in our reading groups the story Red Kayak. It is quite difficult trying to see 24 students, so I have broken the students up into groups of 6, and we meet for 15 minutes on Zoom so that I can have them read and we can go over questions. And so we've been practicing that this week. I was able to see everybody on Monday and Tuesday. We will not do reading groups on Wednesday. On Thursday and Friday, we'll pick it back up again. And then again, we'll work on comprehension and fluency during that time. It's a work in progress. It doesn't feel like enough time, but right now that's kind of what we're working with. I might tweak it to see if I can get 20 minutes or maybe a little bit more. But that's the way that I'm going to be able to see children for reading so that I can continue to make sure that they're understanding the comprehension skills and that they're getting better with their fluent reading. So that's where they go to is the Zoom conferences. That's where they can find out what group they're in and what time they see me. Unfortunately, I made a big error where in the first vocab quiz that I gave them, I did not ask Google Forms to collect their email addresses, and I didn't write a question, write your name. And so I'll learn from that mistake. So unfortunately, I've got 24 quizzes with no names on them, and I can't tell who's who. So I'll just chalk that up to a learning mistake. That will not count on Skyward at all. And so at least they got an idea, though, of what the format of the vocab test looks like. So we will take another one on Monday. I was also able to grade all the spelling tests, send back their scores to the students, and also update those into Skyward, so you can check those out at your own leisure. In our writing time, we took notes specifically about conventions. I explained to the children that part of the Florida standards is that they practice legible cursive handwriting. And so that is why we've been practicing the lowercase letters A, D, G, and F. And I also explained to them that I need to teach them about language, specifically about conjunctions, prepositions, interjections, and so forth. And so today I gave them notes on conjunctions. And after we went over conjunctions, I then showed them the very fabulous video from Schoolhouse Rock about conjunction junction. So that is there available. I will post a video on YouTube, a very short one, just going over those notes. So in case they didn't have time to write it down in the actual Zoom session, that they can do it on their own asynchronously later. Again, the students wrote for 20 minutes for their journal. I tried out typing my writing instead of handwriting it, and it actually didn't cause me to have fatigue in my hand. So that worked out a little better. The students might be a little confused, but every day I do not need them to turn in their writing. The idea is that they write for 4 days in a row, and then they choose their best piece of writing from those 4 days to send me on Friday. But some of them are very eager, and they've already sent me their writing 2 days in a row. Then at the very last few minutes of writing, I asked for the students just to share some of their ideas. For example, I'm writing from the perspective of a dog, and I asked them, what might a dog call their owner? And we generated a couple different ideas together. So it just kind of helps them to bounce ideas back and forth off of each other so that they can become inspired in their writing. For lunch and for homeroom PE, it is on your own. The students did have a new change happening with their buttons and Zoom links. Now all of the resource teachers are going to have a button that directs them to their Canvas course page. And I will also have available for them a link that takes them to their resource teacher's Zoom. We did talk today about making sure that while it is resource time, that the students are giving their full attention to their resource teacher. So they're not talking in any other chat rooms. They're paying attention, and often it means that their camera needs to be on. I am a little bit more flexible. You can have your camera on and off throughout the day, but I see you every day. A resource teacher sees you once a week, and they're trying to learn your name out of many children's names. It helps for them to see your face. So if that means you got to clean up your workspace, make sure you're dressed appropriately, and your camera's on, then that's what you need to do, because that's the norms that your resource teacher is setting for their class. So let's be respectful of what they're expecting out of you. We did have math today with each of our teachers. I have a separate math video that I will post just to remind the students of what we've currently covered so far and what they need to be working on this evening. In science, the children, I gave them the ones that needed more time to work on the assignment from yesterday, but I also showed them how they could move forward to do the next assignment if they were ready. I explained that science is a little different. It's on its own calendar because it's a tested subject. At the end of the year, we'll take a science assessment, and throughout the year, we'll take many science tests. And we have to be in sync with our lessons. So this week, we needed to finish up lesson 3 and lesson 5. That means that I, as their homeroom teacher, have shown them lesson 1, 3, and 5. Their STEM lab teacher will be responsible for providing activities for lesson 2 and 4. By next week, I will give a day for review on Monday, and by Tuesday, I will have to give the children a benchmark science test, which will count as not a mini assessment, but as an assessment. So it is a weighted and heavy important test. This is why I'll provide review, and I'll provide even extra review for the students. Because as I told them, the science test can be very tricky. It's like a reading test. You have to know the vocabulary, and you have to be really comfortable with the types of questions that they ask you. So again, today was working on lesson 3 if you needed more time to finish it, if you are ready, working on lesson 5. There's a lot of moments in our day where sometimes students are done early, and I will tell them to go back to the assignments that they didn't finish. Anytime you can go back, even if it's not science time, to finish up on the work that you may not have finished the day before. Our end of the day did not include a read aloud for habit 5. Our end of the day focused on some housekeeping issues. We talked about how we need to be respectful during resource. We talked about how we need to eliminate unnecessary spamming in our Hangouts. And we also talked about how we need to make sure that we lower the notifications. If you specifically are hearing the noise constantly and it's becoming a problem, there is a gear that you can click on, and then you can uncheck notifications, and you will no longer be bothered by the constant ringing noise that someone has just put a new message in Google Hangouts. I also let the students know that I made a mistake with the vocab quiz, and that reminding those students who haven't turned in their spelling test to please make sure they send that picture of their spelling quiz. Frindle work is on the last of my list to grade, but I'm going to be grading that Frindle work, and it's going to be going into Skyward. Again, we have a science test next week. And also in STEM Challenge, I know we're having all kinds of problems on Canvas. If you can send me a video on Class Dojo, or if you can send me a video to my email, that'll work. If it doesn't, a picture will do as well. I'm going to be flexible with you because, like I explained to the children, this would have been a hands-on activity that would have been done in the classroom. We would have watched these water filters work in real time, and you would have written out your reflection for me to see. It's a little harder doing it digitally. So I will have patience, grace, and flexibility with all of the children as I grade their assignments. Finally, Open House has just been announced this morning that they were reminding us that it's happening next week. There will be more information to come on Open House, but it will look a little different than usual. I'm going to have appointment times where parents can sign up to have a private meeting with me so that we can talk about how their child is doing and if they have any questions specifically that they want to ask me. So please look forward to more information coming out via student email and also through Class Dojo about Open House sign-up times. That was a lot. It was a busy Tuesday. I'm glad tomorrow is Wednesday and it's an early release day. The students are not going to be doing the usual stuff we normally do. We're going to be focusing on some fun house challenges as well as having a discussion about the summer book that they read, Flush by Carl Hiaasen. As always, I thank you for your patience as we try and manage something that is brand new and has all kinds of different problems that come at us throughout the day. But I appreciate your flexibility and I appreciate your support. I know that you're anxious to know what grades are going to look like, and I'm working as hard as I possibly can to get those grades done as quickly as I can. So I ask you again, please be patient with me and I'll be on top of it so you know how your child is doing. I hope you have the best afternoon. Thank you for watching.